Hey there guys, PowerPoint WIZZ, and today I will be starting a new series, the first series in the channel, which is where I take outrageous things that people have done with expensive software, hours and hours, sometimes days, weeks, months, years of time, loads of money, and I take all of that and I do it with nothing but PowerPoint and the images and everything and the content I provide. So in this case, I am going to be creating a custom box art for a Lego set. Let me show you an example here. Here is one I've done, and I will be starting to sell these on eBay. This is the first one I've created. It's actually the third one, but for purpose's sake, I said it's number 3, but I've only made 2. It's just to differentiate, so that the first one could then be called number 1, and then it's just so that it doesn't seem like it's an instant upstart. But anyways, I did make 3, but one of them isn't actually Lego. But I'm technically using them as the same company. Yeah, it's a little bit complicated. But basically, what we have here is the logo. In this case, it's Lego, but I have to describe what kind of genre of Lego it's from. So Lego City. Well, NDO, but you get the picture. It's kind of like Lego. And then you have the Lego set, the identification number, the description, and the number of pieces. On the back, you can see we have another full color image with some special texture effects just in the front, and then the sets in the lineup. So in this case, there's one other, and I suppose I could show it. Straight up. So this is a more complicated box art. As you can see, here it is. We have here a nice transparent-ish image of robot mode, the logo, what it's from, and not about something because it's not about, and who it is on the back. As you can see, we have looks like we have some problems with the formatting. Once in a while this will happen. It'll like completely bug out. It just doesn't know what's going on. So I just take this and I'll just get rid of that because I don't want it there. And let's hope it doesn't give me a huge amount of trouble with this. It should, we'll see. So, as you can see, the computer is having a bit of a lag spot because this right here will take up quite a bit of your RAM. So if you're already having something like, for example, like my recording program for screen recording, you're definitely gonna have some lag spikes. But you can't really avoid that. As you can see, now it's pretty much gone. A little bit of shadow back there, but I don't really care about that. Anyways, so I'm going to start with this last one, and this is kind of like a tutorial, I suppose. It's a little bit of like showing you what you do, which is, it's not the first step you do, because obviously I'm going back and re-editing and everything, but as you can see, it is all very proportioned well and nicely placed with a grid describing, obviously, where each thing is, what it does, and all that. It needs to be very precise, because some people, you want to be extremely accurate in what you're selling. You want people to clearly see it and go, okay, I don't know what to do, there's no inconsistencies, it's all clarified, crystal clear, I can understand exactly what's going on. Now, after I get rid of this hideous beige left over from the background on which I took the picture. As you can see, I took the picture, then got rid of the background so that you only see the figure on a nice crisp white background, which lets you see what's going on. As you can see, that also allows it for it to be a full color picture that's accurate to the figure itself. Whereas if you tried to model it, it wouldn't look so good. So right now I'm just going to save it. You can see the bar down there. It's taking a bit longer than usual. Also, partly because there's a boatload of images with custom croppings and clippings and everything. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 images just on this one. I'm doing a stop motion also in work in progress, which will be posted on this channel. That's another thing I need to tell you guys, is that as part of this also, I will be reviewing content created with PowerPoint as well, not just things like this. I'll be showing you like animations and movies and games and all that, and videos basically of how it all works. So now it's all fresh and crisp, it's all been saved, so I can just get rid of that. And there's also instructions too. I'm not sure if I want to show you, but might as well. So right here, these instructions are more specially designed. These are created on the LDD, Lego Digital Designer, And then I took the pictures from LDD because it organizes it in a terrible HTML format. So then I just took all the images I got from it and then organized them like this. And as you can see, when there's combinations of steps to create this, I just surround them in a box. As you can see, this is all part of step 9 because all this is created and then slapped back onto the existing body. So it's very basic, but clear instructions. And I'm going to show you how to make something like this. So now we're back to this right here. So you start out with your presentation, and the first thing you want to do is go to design, because we're going to divide up, set the side size, and everything. So let's say your width of your packaging is 4 inches, or the shortest side is 4 inches, right? So it's going to be like your package, like the top and bottom are the 4-inch sides, and the left and right are like the 4.5-inch sides. So it's like a rectangle, you know? Well, then you want your bottom of your packaging, you want your slide to be twice that, and your slide's width, in other words, the slide's base, to be twice that, which therefore means that the slide's top is twice that as well. And by consequence, the left and right side, you want them to be only as high as one of them, not 2 of them, or else you're going to get the area of 4 of your packaging, not 2. If we're talking about a single back and front picture. If you're going to do a 3-dimensional, it gets more complicated, but I'm just basically showing you a basic where you have the product on the front side with some stuff, and then on the back is, you know, some other stuff. But basically, the product is like in a little plastic case attached to a single piece of cardboard or something like that, with images on the front of the cardboard and on the back of the cardboard, but it's basically flat. So that's basically what I'm going to show you. So let's say, as I said, that the width is 4 inches. Well, that means that this needs to be double. And as you can see, I've already pre-built this, so it's already 4.5 inches high. And this is at 106%, so I'm going to back it up to 100% so I know exactly what this is going to look like. So in other words, this is literally going to be, yeah, well, now it's like 4. It's 100%, meaning that it's 100% of the entire image. In other words, it's a little bit complicated how percentages work on a screen, because this is not 8 by 4.5, especially when I add things like a pane. So first thing I do is I'm going to insert a shape, because we wanted to find the exact middle. So then what you want to do, you could insert a shape and then set base coordinates on it, or you could just cover the whole screen and format the shape. Well, you don't really need to, but I just want to leave that panel there. Now you want to insert a line. And as you know, there's these 3 points on your screen with a rectangle. There's one in the middle. So you just connect 2 points and delete the rectangle. And voila, instant midpoint. Now, you could put grid lines and things like that, but I prefer not to. So, then what you want to do is let's say we're going to advertise a camera. Let's just say. So I'm going to use my Lego logo from last time. So I would normally use the control commands, but I want to show you what's going on. So I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to, of course, exit out, paste it in the picture. I could have kept source formatting or everything, but I don't really care. So put that in the corner, and then now I'm going to insert a picture. I'm going to do it from online, just because you're using it as an example. You'd normally take pictures of the product yourself, and then you would put them in and do what I did about getting rid of the background, which I want to also do here. So let's say I want to do a camera. And I already know this is going to come up with a Lego camera as one of the first results. So I'm just going to take this, because this one's cut by the other one. So now we're going to go to the picture tools format, because sometimes they give you multiple formats. And then format tabs, and then we're just going to do this and get as close as we want. So that basically that camera is omitted. And then we have some parts of the camera that are missing. So I'm just going to highlight them and crisp the edge and bring back shot. And when I do that, you can see that now we have the camera. Now we have this terrible, I'm going to call it a clip box. So it's going to be smaller so that it more conforms to the camera itself, just so that it's not a pain to work with. I'll send this to the back. I want this to kind of be a little smaller, but not really. I'm like that. So now, I'm going to then also borrow from the middle box art here. I'm going to just copy this and paste it here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, I'll just say example. Also, I might want to stretch this. So let's say we're doing camera with flash, for example. Now, obviously, this is probably not 10 pieces. I'm going to assume it's probably around between 50 and 100. So I'll split the difference, 75. 75 pieces. I could put an approximately, but you never want to put approximately. You always want to know. And I always want to put a number, not example. This is just an example. So, next thing I want to do is you want to put what that would be used for. So, now I'm going to show you some superimposing techniques with PowerPoint at the same time. So I'm going to insert a picture online, and I'm going to type in photographer. And I'm going to look for one that gives it about the same angle as the camera is facing, which I'm not really finding, so I may have to just go online. So, now I'm going to go to image and I'm going to type in photographer. Now mine already goes up to the web, it's click images because I was just locked thing, it's just extra security. Now I got a photographer. Now that's about the right angle. I'll work perfectly. It'll be slightly more difficult than usual because I'll have her hand to put back into the picture. So I'll use the auto lining up here. So let's look at my line here. As you can see, it's not like a right angle, but I could probably fake it. So now, I want it to be about the right size. And I'm going to rotate it that it's a bit like that. I'm going to like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the girl here. Actually, I'm not going to crop it. What I'm going to do is remove background so I only get her hand. This may seem a bit drastic, but it'll create a good effect. As you can see, I'm close. I just want to remove bits of the camera. So now I have her hand. Now, if I line this up perfectly, not changing, the best thing to do is to not change the click box so it lines up perfectly. And now, as you can see, I've got a camera being held. That's not perfect, but it's pretty close. And I'm probably going to choose a different picture because it just might work out better if I do. So, let's keep looking. Remember, you can also flip pictures. That's not quite right. I might want to look for a different image of the camera itself, so I will do that. Well, let's check online pictures first here. And I'm going to click Lego camera. So here's the camera here. You might want to offer different views of it. But here's the front image. So I'm going to click it, click insert. And now I have the front image of the camera. Again, auto emitting feature, opacity features will allow some things to be emitted, and sometimes they'll actually help you. And there we go. Now we have the whole camera here. We can use it and replace it for one of these. Now you want to find a squarish camera that will fit, most likely, like this. So I'm going to copy this image, paste as a picture here. As you can see, now I bring this to the front. As you can see, it's not obviously perfect. That could work very well. I'll just do that. Now, as you can see, even if I sharpen this picture, this is superimposed. So sometimes you might want to blur it. That's up a super lot. So then when I go to color, I might want to black and white the camera. This doesn't work perfectly, but it helps. So you want to go 0 saturation. Then you want to, once you do that, if I can get this to work, there we go, completely blur the camera. And one thing I like to do is give both of them pictures an artistic effect, which actually helps blend it better. So let's try this one. Paintbrush. That's not going to quite work. I want it to be kind of obvious, but at the same time, let's do a marker maybe. No, maybe an effect that doesn't do a huge amount, but does enough to the point where it will help. Texturizer? Not really. Cement? No. Paintbrush? No. Pencil grayscale? No. You want that your product is still dead obvious, but that'll help. Sometimes crisscross etching works, but not all the time. So here's crisscross etching again. For getting close, that might work perfectly. Now, what you want to do, again, do this, remove the background, and we're already close. Let's do that. That was a kind of a bug there. Come on. Click remove background, areas to keep. That's kind of weird. Let me try this again. Click remove background, areas to keep. Again, I want these hands, but not the camera, just the hands. So now we've got them. I want the lens of this camera to look bigger than it actually is. So I'm going to, well, that's hoping that it actually is. In this case, I can do this because this is not my actual product. In real life, though, you don't want to do this. I'm only doing this because I want this to seem more believable with the image I've got. So now it's a little bit tricky. This might get rid of some of the blue here. But I'm trying to cut to the exact spot. So now, oops, I have the bigger camera lens. Now I want to, of course, make this much smaller. And then I'll just make it bigger and put it on the end. That's a little ridiculous, but sharpening it works fine. Now I'm gonna do the same thing to this camera image here. Also, no, keep the clip box as I said. Then we're gonna do the same thing here. Copy it. Going to make it such that I'm going to remove background and get only that lens. So we're close. Might be a little hard to see here, but I'm just trying to get the small hexagonal shape around the lens. Now that I've got that, I don't really need to worry about the hitbox at all because I'm going to be making this bigger, thus increasing the hitbox, which means it's pretty much pointless to keep it the same way as it is because that's just going to make it unwieldy. So now it's going to get bigger. I should make it about the right size, like that. Now, again, I'll probably sharpen this, which it helps a little bit. It makes it believable. Then I want to grab this and this and group them together by hitting Control G on my keyboard, on my click. I can also do it a different way, which I'll show you now, which is just right-clicking, group, and then group, which also means you probably have to send this to the back again. And there you go. Now you have a reasonable camera. Now bring this to the front. If your click box hasn't changed, you should just be able to layer this perfectly with where it was before. And now, what it looks like is a cameraman holding the camera as if that was the actual camera. Now, it's slightly obvious that that's not the same camera. Slightly obvious. But not really. And if you change the effects, for example, let's say to all the images, but let's say that I wanted to... let's say that I make sure this is all sharpened. Now let's say I want to do a completely different artist effect. Let's do paintbrush. So I'll do paintbrush. I have to do it to all of them. That's paintbrush. Paintbrush. Oh, now I remember now. That's because I had to blur them so they don't happen to fit. So blur them. So I'm tempted to combine artistic effects. What that means is that you make an artistic effect, save this as a picture, and then bring it back and give it a different artistic effect, which is what I did with this mail portrait here. What I did is I did an effect of diffused glow, saved it as a picture, and then went back, also sharpening it. Then when I came back, I sharpened the picture again, gave it a blocky texture, a slight block, not really. I gave it a texturizer effect and sharpened it again. Then saved that as a picture, went back, brought it back again, and sharpened it again, and that's what I used. So now it gives it a super crisp picture with a nice glow effect and a texturized effect and a super sharpness, because you could sharpen it to 100%, which is not in the sharpness presets, but that makes it look stupid. So sharpen to 50 in the max preset, up in the sharpness presets, and then just do that over and over again. It makes it a nice, more cohesive effect. And as you can see, now we're going to do the last step, which, of course, is to do this. Make sure it's sharpened, and then of course, paintbrush. And line it up. And now that looks even better, but not perfect. It'll never look completely perfect unless you could somehow match the artistic effects. So the best thing to do is to find pictures that have similar image qualities, so that way it'll be easier to cohese them together. This is black and white, this is color, so it might seem a bit strange. So I'm gonna black and white everything by putting that back, but I want to. Apparently I can't saturate. Oh, that's right. Get rid of the saturation. As you can see, also I could just do that, which is kind of funny. But there you go. No saturation, and now it's a black and white picture, which, yeah, whatever. No, you can probably get rid of this if you want to, or you can leave it. I prefer to leave it. Makes it easier. I'm doing this a different way of formatting, which is to use the black. So let me distinguish again. Again, you want to group everything here. So you can show it group, and then send to the back so that this line is continuous. Now, right here you can add anything, product description, other things in the series, and in this case I'm going to do that. So I'm going to insert another picture from online, and I'm going to do Lego video camera. And you see another one, a Lego video camera. So I'll insert this, or a webcam I think is what it is. Kind of cool. But anyways, bring this in, and I don't need to worry about getting rid of the image or anything, because nothing else there. There's a light border frame, but I don't need to care about that right now. Let's do saturation, make it a bit smaller, copy the text, underneath. Might be helpful to actually type something first, and since this is all Lego, I don't have to say that it's Lego because it's implied. So as you can see, video camera, and you might want to identify this as other sets in the series. So you want to do this, bring it down, drag this all the way up, and then use this and the other sets in the series. Extend on both sides. And there you go. Now, I could probably do one more. So I'll say flashlight, because I think there might be a flashlight. Now to get this smaller, I'll just do that. And then, bring it to the middle again, pull this up, and that just means I have to make the picture smaller. That's fine. This is like this is like a brief product shot of other sets in the series, so it doesn't really matter. Flashlight. Funny. Whatever. Anyways. So, maybe I'll just show 2 products in the series. Maybe 3. And we'll see. Let's see what we can find. So let's insert another one. Let's try Lego flashlight. No space. And as you can see, there's one right there. That's a Lego head. That's a Lego flashlight. We can click this. Click insert. And there you go. There's the Lego flashlight. Now to sharpen this, I might want to sharpen that because it's a smaller picture. You definitely want it to be sharpened. So now I got this flashlight. Again, remove saturation, and there you go. Flashlight. Now I'm gonna do one more, and let's think. Let's do, I don't know. Let's do. What else could there be? Well, let's do. Let's see what else is there. Let's try maybe a Lego battery. Let's try a Lego computer. Yeah, but too small to really be able to tell. Let's see if we can find a better one. It's more looking at more the computer game, but this would kind of work. So that one was a more thicker picture, as you can see. It actually is a Lego computer, sort of. It's an actual computer within a Lego Creative Commons. Well, I'm just gonna say a CPU, because it kind of is, but kind of isn't. So sharpen it, and then now 2013 has a tendency to sometimes have a little issue with wiring everything. But there you go. Now you have 3 sets in the series, and now your whole thing is complete. And yeah, guys, that is how you create a product packaged flat style with nothing but PowerPoint and images. Thank you guys for watching.